Okay, students. So now we have a question regarding stoichiometry. Glucose in grapes undergoes fermentation to produce ethanol and carbon dioxide as given in a chemical equation below. And see that equation is also balanced. And question, there are two questions. How many grams of glucose are required to form 124 gram of ethanol? So it is an easier question. See what to do. So first of all, we should have uh, the number of molar mass of both the substances because mass is given in gram. So we have to convert mass of ethanol into gram. So we need the molar mass of ethanol. So how can you calculate molar mass of ethanol? For calculating molar mass of ethanol, see there are two atoms of carbon. Forget this, this is the coefficient. It shows the number of moles in balanced chemical equation. So the formula is only C2H6O. So there are two carbon atoms. So multiply by 12 plus 6 hydrogen atoms. So multiply with 1. These are the atomic masses 1 and 12 for carbon, 1 for hydrogen. And there is one oxygen as well. So multiply by its atomic mass. Atomic mass of oxygen is 16. So the final answer would be 12 to the 24, 24 plus 6, 30, 30 and 16, it is 46. Now we have to calculate moles of ethanol, C2H6O. So for calculating moles, we know 124 gram is given. So what is the conversion factor? You know, mole is required to, so write mole in numerator. So 1 mole C2H6O divided by 46 gram, that is the gram molar mass, gram per mole. So what would be the answer? Calculate it. So by calculating, we got it 2.69565. And it is not ending here. Some more digits are there, but we have to convert our answer into 3 significant figures or 4 significant figures, 3 decimal places. So I'm doing it to the 4 decimal places. So it would be 2.696 because this is greater than 5. So we have added 1 to the retaining digit. So these are the moles of C2H6O, that is ethanol. Now see what is the factor here. 1 mole of glucose produces 2 moles of ethanol. So how much glucose would be required to produce as much mole of this ethanol? So for C, hmm. So now you can see that the factor by which they are given in the chemical equation is that 1 mole glucose, that is C6H12O6, produces 2 mole ethanol. So how much ethanol we have? We have to use ethanol here. We have 2.696 mole ethanol. So we have to arrange number of moles in a way that moles of ethanol can be cancelled and remaining would be the mole of glucose. So if ethanol here is in denominator, so there should be it in numerator. So see, mole of ethanol are cancelled and calculate the remaining quantity. So it would be calculated that multiplied by 1 and divided by 2. So that answer would be 1.3478 and so on. More. But again, we have to convert it into maximum 3 decimal places. So for removing this digit, the retaining digit, 1 should be added to the retaining digit. So 7 becomes 8. So 1.348 mole. And these are the moles of glucose. Now you need the grams of glucose, not the moles. So convert these gram into mole. For this, you need molar mass of glucose. So calculate the molar mass of glucose. Molar mass of glucose, that is C6H12O6. So 6 multiplied by 12 plus 12 multiplied by 1 plus 6 multiplied by 16. So use your calculator and finally we get 180. 180 is the mass of glucose. See, 12 6 are 72. 72 plus 12, 13. 72 plus 12, 84. 84 plus 96. 16 6 are 96. So finally we get 80 gram. So the molar mass is mass of 1 mole of a substance. So mass of 1 mole of glucose is 180. So now you have to convert moles of these moles into gram. So what to do? You should put the mass in numerator, gram glucose, and moles in numerator in denominator. C6H12O6. And how many moles are there? There are 1.348 moles. So after calculation, we can get 1.348 multiplied by 180. So we need 242.64 gram of glucose. So this is the answer of the part A of this question. They asked us How many grams of glucose are required to form 124 gram of ethanol? So our answer is this, that we need 242.64 gram to produce 124 gram of glucose. So this is our answer. Now see the part B. That says that how many grams of ethanol would be formed from the reaction of 0.240 gram, not gram, it is in kilogram. So what to do and what is the difference? Remember that the relation that we observe is between the gram and the mole. So in such numericals, you must convert uh, this mass that is in kilogram into gram. So what is the mass of glucose in kilogram? It is 0.24 gram. So let's start part B. In part B, you are given 0.24 kilogram glucose. And you are to calculate mass of ethanol produced from this amount of glucose. So grams can be converted into kilograms can be converted into gram by the factor. You know, you have to remove kilogram from here. So kilogram should be in denominator so that you can cancel it out. And 1,001 kilogram is equal to 1,000 gram. So gram should be in numerator. So from gram to kilogram cancel. So calculated 0.240. It is equal to 240 gram. So the actual amount in gram is of C6H12O6 is 240 gram. Now you have to convert it into moles. So 240 gram multiplied by the factor of mole, molar mass of glucose is 180 that we have already calculated in our part A of the question. So mole should be in numerator and gram in denominator. So 1 mole glucose C6H12O6 is equal to 180 gram of glucose. It is 6. Okay. So now you can calculate it. Use your calculator. So 240 divided by 180. It is 1.333. So leave it maximum 3 decimal places. Mole. And which mole? Mole of glucose. And from the balanced chemical equation, you can see that 1 mole of glucose produces 2 moles of ethanol. So from the mole factor, you need mole of ethanol, C2H6O, and in denominator, there would be the mole of glucose, C6H12O6. So 2 moles are produced from 1 mole of glucose from the balanced chemical equation. And how many moles of glucose are there? See 1.333 mole glucose. From this calculation, we got 2.666 mole ethanol, C2H6O. So now we also have the moles. So for converting mole into mass, what to do? 2.666 mole of ethanol, C2H6O, multiply by its conversion factor. And conversion factor, if mole is there, so mole would be here also. So moles are also here, C2H6O. So 1 mole C2H6 is equal to how much ethanol? How much ethanol? So molar mass of ethanol is 46. So 1 mole of ethanol has mass of 46 gram. So after calculation, see what is your answer. 122.666. So we can get it 67. Yeah, 667 gram. So the mass of ethanol obtained from 0.240 kilogram of glucose is 122.6667 gram. So in this way, you have calculated the mass of reactant from the mass of product in first part, and in second part we have calculated the mass of product from the mass of given mass of the reactant.